Howdy Heidi. This guy is a real character. He's Professor. He calls himself Professor Simon. It's Simon Holland. He's a science filmmaker that he's been doing documentaries on science, for many years. I think nearly about 20 years. Started off with the BBC, and now he's got his own little cave in France. I think it's an old wine cellar or something, and he's pretty much into all kinds of things. But what I really like about him is that some of the things he brings up do have an element of truth. It's not just fuzzy science, and this one is about using the Earth's spin to generate electricity. A lot like a dynamo. Is it dynamo? Dynamo. Like on your bike, if you've got electric wire spinning with magnets around it, it generates enough power to light up a globe on your bicycle, and this is the same principle. And he goes into it in quite some detail, and he's actually trying to build. Apparently, it has been done. Some physics professor has actually done it at Princeton University, I think it is. A very small current, a microcurrent they call it, because they're still trying to work out the technical side of all this. But if they can get this thing worked out, you virtually can have something generating power that's got no moving parts. It's just a metal tube at a certain angle in a box, which can generate electricity. But the electrons apparently they have to slow the electrons down. In previous experiments, the electrons go so fast that you can't get electricity out of it because there's no polarity. I don't know, this is just tech talk. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about. But I'll just play a little bit of him, and he's pretty excited about it. Just play what he's saying. Here we go.
In your and humanity's history. Today I'm going to introduce you to a device that produces free electricity.
Wow.
And it's not a scam, it's not an April Fool, it actually works. It's been invented by a physicist in Princeton University,
yep.
And it's based on an invention by Michael Faraday. From 1852, but was then dismissed and then ignored by the physics community for over 175 years.
So just on that, the reason it was dismissed, looks like I've got a beard there. Hang on, let me go. Oh, look at that! That's me. I'm the crazy professor. Anyway, so this Faraday tried this experiment, and it was seen as a failure because it didn't generate any electricity, and he was just he was into physics. He wasn't a mathematician or anything. But not so long ago, they worked out some equations that actually proved that the principle of the experiment could work. And then this physics professor recently just did a test. It slowed the electrons down. He had special material and stuff, and it works. And if you can do this on a much bigger scale, we could have the possibility of free electricity. It's an area that hasn't been, because it was wiped out. The thought of it was wiped out back in the 1800s and 1900s. Sorry, 1900s. Hang on, where's that? I've got to do that beard again. Oh, there we go. Hang on, that's me. Yeah, how about that? That's amazing. Anyway, I'll just play a little bit more of it, and then I'll put. I think I'm going to put this one up on my YouTube channel, and it's bloody fascinating. I mean, can you imagine if we had free electricity? I'm sure they'd work out a way of charging everybody for it, because the other thing is, what are the oil companies going to do? and all these mining companies that are mining stuff for batteries, and wind farms and solar and all that would all just go out the window because of this thing. So we're talking a massive change here, and it actually had me worrying about the professor's the professor had me worrying about him surviving. Not long after this, he got knocked off his bike. He had an electric bike, and some car rammed him, and he went off into a ditch. And so, if you start discovering things that are going to shake the tree, you might end up regretting it. But it's out there on YouTube now. It's on thousands. Tens of thousands of people are probably working on it now, but I'll just play a little bit more.
How to generate free electricity from the rotation of the Earth. Hey everybody, welcome to A Brave New World. This is going to be one of the most important sets of videos you've ever seen. Your world just changed. Whoa. I'm so excited. It really works. And it's not a shill scam. It's not. If you've got questions, and I want you to have questions, if you think it's bollocks, if you think it won't work, if you're an electrical engineer and go, wrong, tell me, leave a comment, and me and the inventor will get back to you and tell you how it does work.
So, yeah, it does work. But again, it generates electricity so low. I mean, it's like 1/100th of a little LED globe that it could light at the moment, but they're working on ways of expanding it, and I think it's just quite interesting. I'll just play a little bit more, just zooming along. Oh, that's I think that's his. I'll just play this. I think this is where.
And he wants you to build one. He'll give you plans. He's not making money out of this. He wants to change physics. He wants.
This is the guy at Princeton University. He wants people to start working on it. Electrical engineers, that sort of thing.
Free electricity all over the planet. So how's he done it, and why has it taken 175 years? Well, in 2025, we need new material science and an open mind. Chris Schreiber and I both like Michael Faraday, and we know of Michael Faraday's early generation experiment. And then Michael Faraday went on to say the Earth could be a generator. So in 1852, Michael Faraday built one of these Earth generators. It used the rotation of the Earth in London and a long wire. Faraday put a voltmeter measuring the potential difference between the positive and the negative end of a long piece of wire in London. And he waited for the Earth to turn. And he measured the results, and he got zero. He got absolutely nothing. Amazingly, it did actually work, but Faraday didn't have the test equipment in 1850 to measure the effect.
Faraday had the wrong, he just had wire. Apparently it's got to be a special sort of material that slows. It has to be, the current, to generate it, it has to be a piece of metal which slows down the electrons. I won't go into it all, but that's the Princeton professor explains in another video, a part 2 or something, where he gets interviewed. Anyway, it's quite exciting. It's worth a look. I'll put the link in the comments section, and yeah, I mean, Professor Simon, this guy, he's into a lot of other stuff, which I won't spoil. You can hook into him. I'd say he's very controversial because he says a few different things about UFOs, and he's mainly about, I think what he's trying to say is a lot of these UFOs that people are seeing at the moment, a lot of them could be actually made by us. Secret science, secret technology, and he's all into that. And this is the first one I've seen where he's actually found something. Right, he's actually discovered something that could be a blockbuster. I just hope for his own safety he's pretty careful about how he goes about, pushing this idea. Anyway, check it out, and I think you'll enjoy it.